Hi there and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about why it's a good thing that manifesting can sometimes take some time. I get it. We are impatient. We want our things into our lives. But what we have to understand is first, we have to become someone new first. And the good thing is why all the things that you are thinking of don't appear right away in your life right now, because that would be way too overwhelming. All of a sudden you might get 10 million, you might not know what to do with it. Some people might know what to do with it, but a lot of people, they haven't prepared themselves yet into that new lifestyle. And therefore it's maybe better for themselves and for their own protection to not get it just yet. If everything would just manifest, all your ideas, all your thoughts would just manifest right away, that would be very, very chaotic and really almost impossible to handle. Because think about it. Like, you also have negative thoughts, not only positive, also negative. So let's say you come up with a really weird scenario that you absolutely don't want in your life and it would manifest right away. You wouldn't want that. So that's why it's really important to understand that the process is good, that a time period is good. You don't want everything right now because you want to adjust and adapt and get better first. The thing what you really have to focus on anyways is the feeling you get from what you want. What do you want to be like? How do you want to feel during your life? The journey. Focus on the journey. The journey is what's the most important thing about everything. Because that's where really the emotions lie. The manifestations are great, but they last just a little while. Because you get used to it. And then you want something else again. The manifestations are great. Believe me, it's wonderful to have all the money and the spouses and the cars and the houses and whatever it is that you desire. But the journey is where you want to focus. Because if your journey is a journey of joy and happiness and gratitude, that will constantly come back into your life. So then not only the manifestation is going to be amazing, your entire life is going to be amazing. And isn't that wonderful? That is what you really want anyways. You want your life to be amazing every second, every minute, every hour. That's what you really want. Manifestations are great, but you think that the manifestation is going to change your life. But actually what you want to create is an elevated emotion inside of you. Happiness, joy, freedom, passion, excitement. You want that every second, every day. Because when your journey is great, then more things come to you that you don't even know that you want. More things, more experiences, everything is wonderful. Because we have to think of it as percentages. Let's say you're happy maybe for 10 minutes because you meditate in the morning and then you go on with your day, but you don't hold on to that happiness. And if you then, for example, the rest of the day are subconscious, then there's this percentage of negativity and positivity. And if you're, for example, are 70% negative, 30% positive, or fill in whatever number, but then 70% of your life will be sort of negative. Doesn't mean super negative, it can be just slightly negative. I hate that it rains today, and then it rains, of course. Or some other thing bothers you that on that similar level of negativity. Because it's also about frequencies. So there's frequencies and negativity. So the more negative you are, indeed, the more negative experience is gonna get. But mostly we're on a very balanced negative, we complain about other people or the weather or our bosses or things like that. Therefore we get more of that frequency back into our lives. So that's more how you have to see it. What frequency are you on during your day, during your journey? And focus on that. In my previous video, I'm going to put it in the end of this video, I talk about a technique on how to get into a better state of mind, how to prime yourself to become the best version of yourself. And now we know it needs to take a little bit of time because you first have to become the new person. You have to go through maybe some wobbly experiences in order to become the new you. Because life is going to challenge you a little bit, especially in the beginning of your journey, because that's where you have to change the most. And once you start to become more happy, more joyful, then you will start to indeed see more joyful, happy things, and therefore more of that will come to you, and therefore you will start to believe in it more and more and more. And then it's where it really starts to be fun, because now you start to create more and be more in sync with who you want to be. And isn't that wonderful? Enjoy the journey. Create that elevated feeling inside of you and just live your life with that feeling. And experiment what comes into your path. play with it, play around with it, and you start to see that indeed wonderful things happen to you. Things that you don't even think of, or things that you don't even ask for. Because the beauty about this all actually is, becomes such in a positive state that you don't even care about manifestations anymore, and therefore everything unfolds naturally. Think about it, like a happy person, they don't even per se point at things, I want this, I want that, because we only point out what we want is because we're not in a state of happiness yet, and therefore we think that what we want is going to make us more happy. A real happy person doesn't point out at things because it doesn't really need anything, because it feels good, because it is not searching for a compensation for its life. Life itself is the reward. Every second, every day. Manifestations will come into your life, but life itself is where you want to be. Get into an alignment of who you want to be. What is it what you want in life? Happiness, joy, peace, prosperity, all of those things is what you want. So get into that state first. Prime yourself. Life is basically just a mirror of your own perception. However you look at things is what things will be. In the book, As a Man Thinketh, James Allen says, change the way you look at things, and things you look at change. It is really true like that. If you change the way you look at rain, rain doesn't bother us, it's beautiful. It gives us water and life, and it makes the plants grow. If you look at it like that, all of a sudden you're not bothered by rain anymore. So that's true with everything, because not everybody looks at it the same way. Some people look at rain and it's like wonderful, beautiful. I'm one of those people. I love the rain, I really do. I find it super cozy, especially when I have to work inside all day and the rain is tickling on my window. Wonderful. But even if I have to go to the supermarket, I love it. I love the feeling of the rain on my skin, on my head. And sometimes I take an umbrella if I don't feel like getting wet. That's okay too. But it's the way you look at it. And when you look at it that way, it doesn't feel like an annoyance anymore. And you can do that with anything. With people too. If you start to realize that people's attitudes are never your problem in the first place, you may be able to also look at it in a different perspective. If you start to understand they are going through something and that's why they are acting in this way, you might not be so annoyed anymore. You might not take things personal anymore, and therefore things start to flow more for you. So the conclusion is that it's good that manifestations take their sweet ass time. You don't want everything right now. You might not be ready for it. We often think we are, but we might not be. Your life is just a mirror of your own perception. How you look at things is how things will be. What you really want to focus on is the journey of life itself. So focus on the state that you want to be in, not on the thing. Focus on the inside of yourself, not on the outside. Enjoy the outside, but it is about your inner self that you have to change in order to get a wonderful life. The only thing is, it will take some time for some people. You have to realize, one thing I like to talk about is that the spirituality, our energy, we have to treat it the same way as how we treat matter. If you go to the gym, it takes some time to develop some muscles, or to develop your stamina, or it takes time to learn a new skill. You're gonna play chess right now and be like, I'm the best in the world. Maybe some people are very talented, but hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, right? Not per se that you have to work hard, but it's a really good quote, because a person that is really talented, doesn't do anything, will get beat by a person that does. So the thing about this is, we have to practice it. We have to get better at it. Find your way of increasing your emotions. Elevate them to the level that you feel that is right for you. Experiment with it, and you start to see that things will come to you naturally. Don't focus on the manifestations. In the beginning, that's definitely going to be important. That's for sure the start of everything. But at one point you start to realize that manifestations will come no matter what. And that the feeling of happiness, joy, and freedom is actually really what you want to go after. The journey of life itself is what it's really about. Sweet, lovely people, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I see you in the next one. Peace.